What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And in today's video, I want to share part 1 of what sold on eBay this month, in the month of February. So if you guys are interested in these kind of what sold videos, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, y'all, so starting things off is this Wrangler like Aztec print shirt. This shirt, in my opinion, was really dope. And I usually don't pick up these Wrangler shirts with the pearl buttons. Not that they don't sell, but the ones that I find just aren't dope and they just don't sell fast enough for me. So I picked this one up, put it up for 25 bucks, free shipping, didn't accept any offers. And this one sold within about 2 weeks. And this shirt was just, like I said, it was just a really nice shirt, and I believed it would sell really fast. So sometimes, even though I don't pick up certain brands, if the shirt is really good looking, I'll still pick it up and just take a chance on it. And I only picked this one up for $6. Next up is this Nike Tiempo indoor soccer shoe. Now, I've been seeing a lot of soccer shoes pop up lately, a lot of indoor soccer shoes. These definitely are selling right now. I actually have another one listed, but that one is a little more rare, so that one is priced a lot higher. But this one sold for 40 bucks plus shipping. This was a size 13, so kind of, I guess you can say this is like a little harder to sell since this is such a larger size, but these did sell relatively quickly, a little under a month, and I picked this one up for about $6. So if you guys see any of these Nike Tiempos, I suggest you pick them up. The price range kind of fluctuates. Some sell as low as 20 bucks and some sell as high as 60, but this one wasn't in the best condition, so I got 40. Next up is this pair of J. Crew rain boots, and these were in amazing condition. Just some dirt on the bottom, but of course that's on the bottom of the shoe, so that doesn't really matter. But like I said, really good condition. I paid about $6 for these shoes, and at first I wasn't going to pick them up because J. Crew shoes, Banana Republic shoes, those type of mall brand stuff, I don't usually try to sell those. But this one just really looked good, and the comps were strong enough for me to want to pick it up. And I actually got quite a few offers on this. I got some offers for 20, some for 25, but I just held on to it for as long as possible, and it ended up selling for my full asking price of $34.99 plus $12 shipping. Next is a pair of Vask hiking boots, and these were in my inventory for about 3 months. Took a little longer to sell, but I ended up lowering the price. At first I was asking just a little too much for these, but after lowering the price, they ended up selling fairly quickly. So these sold for $31.99. I wasn't accepting offers after I lowered my price to only 32 bucks. But these did end up shipping to California, so I made a couple bucks from the shipping. So that's always a good thing. Somebody asked me one time, how do I end up making money from shipping? And I usually charge a flat rate in terms of my shipping costs. I have to charge like $13 or $12. And that's just in case the item goes across the country. If it goes to New York, then I pay the full amount, $12 to $13. But if it's going local or it's staying in the state, I'll only pay about $7 to $8 based on the weight. So that's how I make, just make maybe $2 or $3 sometimes anytime I sell something within the state. Next is this Arc'teryx crew neck t-shirt. And Arc'teryx is a very strong brand. It's similar to Patagonia and Cool and a lot of these other outdoorsy brands. It usually sells very well for me. Usually Arc'teryx pieces don't last long in my store. And I had this one for about 2 weeks, and it sold for full asking price of 25 bucks, and I paid $2.50 for this. Next up, just moving into some of the hard goods, is this power planer from McLeod. And I usually try not to pick up these type of heavy stuff because I know it's going to be a pain in the ass to ship it. But it ended up selling locally. It ended up selling, not locally, it ended up being shipped within the state. So it only cost me about $10 to ship this. I just threw it in a larger box, and I was all good to go. The thing about selling these type of stuff, of course, you just have to make sure that you test it, make sure that it's working properly, make sure that any extra accessories are all there. And I don't believe all the accessories were included in this one. So this one ended up selling for about 45 bucks plus shipping. But at the end of the day, I only paid about $10 for this. So that was a good flip for me. Next is this Blu-ray PS3 remote control. Now this one was, like you guys can see, brand new. and on Amazon it was selling for about $26, $29, something like that. But thankfully it was selling for the same amount on eBay, so I just priced it for $29.99. Free shipping, no offers were being accepted, and it sold overnight. So this was definitely a very good flip, and I believe I paid $3 for this. Next is this vintage Carhartt jacket, and this Carhartt jacket was actually really dope. If Carhartt was my style, I probably would have held on to it and just wore it because this actually fit me perfectly. But this is not really my style. But nonetheless, this was in really good condition, no holes or anything like that. And that's usually pretty common when you find these vintage Carhartt pieces. But like I said, really good condition, and it sold for 45 bucks. Next is this Kobe Bryant Lakers jersey, and this one I had for a little over a month. At first I priced it a little too high. I believe I was asking 60 bucks, and once I lowered the price to 40, it ended up selling within about 2 weeks. So this was definitely a very good flip for me. I only paid $2.50 for this jersey. And the thing with this jersey, as you guys can see, it has some fading on the numbers, but at the end of the day, these Kobe Bryant number 8 jerseys, as long as there are no holes or no really bad stains, people are still trying to grab these up because these Kobe fanatics, they just love him and they just want to hold on to these jerseys, especially the number 8. So if you see them, pick it up because they always sell. Next is this vintage King Louis bowling shirt, and this was the first time I ever found this bowling shirt. I actually saw 2 in the store, but because it was my first time selling it, I didn't want to, chance picking up 2. And once this one sold, I tried to go back and get the other one, but of course that one was gone. So I'm still happy this sold for full asking price, but I wish I just didn't doubt myself and just picked up both of these King Louis shirts, because I probably could have just flipped both of them at the same time. Next is this Obermeyer ski suit. Not a ski suit, this is just the actual jacket. And this one sold. This one actually took a very long time to sell. This one took about 2 months for this one to sell, which is a little long for me. Like I say all the time, I try to flip everything, like the majority of my stuff, within 30 days. But this jacket still sold and sold for my full asking price, so I'm happy about that. Really good condition, no flaws whatsoever, and it's ended up being shipped to someone in California. So once again, I made a couple bucks off of shipping. Next up is this vintage Los Angeles Lakers snapback, and as you guys know, I live not too far away from the LA area, so I'm always coming across Lakers jerseys and hats and shoes, all type of stuff. I always find Lakers gear, and this one I had it priced for 40 bucks at first, and I wasn't getting any traction whatsoever. Then I lowered the price to 30, and I wasn't accepting any offers, and it sold within a couple of days. So sometimes it's good to price your items, just shoot for the highest amount, but at the same time, if it's not moving, that's just your cue to kind of lower your price and just do what you need to do in order to get a sale. So I lowered it to 30 and I sold it fairly quickly, and then this one I picked this up for $4. Next up is this vintage Rain Spooner shirt, and this shirt was in flawless condition. Rain Spooner, I don't pick this up, I don't find it often, but anytime I do find it, there's usually some type of problem with it. There's either a hole or a stain that I can't get rid of. But this one was in flawless condition, and this one sold for 40 bucks. After checking the comps, a lot of them were selling for between like 25 to 30. So I definitely was happy that I got the highest amount of money possible for this shirt. Next is this Thor motocross pair of pants, and this was a really big size 42. I only priced it for $34.99. It was a very small stain on here that I probably could have gotten off if I just tried to clean it, but I just wasn't in the mood that day, and it ended up selling overnight. So I'm thinking I probably could have priced this a little higher, maybe somewhere between 40 or maybe 50 bucks I could have got for these, since they were such a large size. But like I said, these sold overnight, and I only paid $5 for these. So at the end of the day, I'm still happy that it was able to flip. And even though I charged free shipping, I was able to squeeze this in a padded flat rate bag. Next is this Brooks Brothers 1818 Madison jacket. And this one was in really good condition once again. As you guys can see in this photo, there was a very small moth hole. Very small. It was so small that I didn't notice it in the store. But once I got home and some better lighting, I realized that it was a very small moth hole there. So I just wanted to include that in the description, and most people usually don't even care about that type of stuff since it's so small. And I put it up for 50 and it sold, practically sold overnight. It sold once I woke up, it was already gone. So if you guys see anything about Brooks Brothers 1818, definitely pick it up because they always sell well. And now is the season to try to get rid of all your blazers and coats and stuff like that, because once spring comes along, those stuff will just sit and start to collect dust. Next is this Untucked plaid shirt, and this was the day I picked up about 6 Untucked shirts in one day. And the funny thing is, I went to the thrift. I wasn't really in the mood to source that day, but something told me to get up and just go out and do it. And I usually go to at least one thrift store every single day. And this day in particular, I stopped at Goodwill and I saw this one first, and then I ended up grabbing another solid blue one and another one, and then I went to a different thrift store because I got excited. Then I found 3 more that same day from a different thrift store. So I listed all of them for about $40 a piece, free shipping, and they're all selling very well. I think I have one left. So Untucked is still a very strong brand. It's selling really well. So if you guys see it, absolutely pick it up. Next is this Eileen Fisher Duster, and this one was in flawless condition, no holes, no problems whatsoever. And like I said, really good condition, really nice fabric, really nice color. And someone told me Eileen Fisher doesn't sell that well for them anymore, but this is one of the few women's brands that I pay attention to, and anytime I find it, it always sells very fast for me. And I had this for about 3 weeks and it sold for my full asking price of 50 bucks. Next is this pair of Nike Chuck Posits, and I actually picked these up from a Buffalo Exchange in my area. I didn't have any money on trade, but they were only asking about 25 bucks for these shoes. So when I saw them the first time, I didn't grab them, and I went home, grabbed something that was just sitting in my inventory for a while, and I ended up getting about $23 in trade for that. So I just added a couple bucks and I was able to pick these up, and then they sold within about 3 days. So this was definitely a very good flip. And like I said, these were in really good shape, and even though the comps weren't that strong, they usually sell for about $50 to about $70. I ended up selling these for 60 bucks plus shipping, and the buyer was in California, so once again I made a couple bucks off of the shipping. Next is another new brand for me. This brand is Stio, and this is one of their insulated, like they call it a shirt jacket, but it's definitely just like a normal windbreaker style jacket, and really good condition. I only paid I think $6 for this jacket, so that was a plus as well. And it sold for 70 bucks, and it sold within about 3 days. It ended up selling, so I was definitely happy about that. Next up is a pair of Nike Kobe's, and these are the Kobe 11s, invisibility cloak. And I actually tried these on. They fit me great, and I was actually considering keeping these for myself. But as you guys know, I have a ton of sneakers. I'm always rotating my I'm always like just adding new shoes and then ended up selling them once I wear them a few times to the gym. But I didn't want to do that to these this time. I just wanted to get rid of them. So I ended up selling these for $71 plus shipping, and I believe these went overseas to someone. So anytime I usually ship anything international, I ship through the global shipping program, and so far it's been a really good experience for me. So if you guys are eligible to ship via the global shipping program, I suggest you enter that so you can start shipping your things internationally. And last but certainly not least is a pair of these Adidas Adipower Weightlifting Shoes. Now when I found these shoes, I only paid about $6 for these shoes, and it was just crazy. Like I immediately knew these were worth something, but I wasn't exactly sure how much it was worth. Once I got home and I checked the comps, I seen that they were selling as high as $200. So I just priced mine at $169.99. And first, soon as I listed it, I got an offer for $70, and I declined it. I didn't even want to counter. That's one thing for me lately. I know a lot of other resellers say to always counter, but I just like to do my own thing, and I've just been declining a lot of offers lately. I'm not trying to do the back and forth, and usually when I decline, if the person really wants it, they will send another offer, and then I'll start the negotiations once the offer gets better. And I declined that original offer, didn't hear anything from them. And then about 3 days later, they ended up selling for my full asking price of $169. So I was definitely happy about that. So if you guys see any of these Adidas Adipower Weightlifting Shoes, I suggest you pick them up because they always sell well. Alright, y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as you guys can tell, for me at least, sales have been really consistent, so I'm definitely happy about that. And I do think that's because I've been listing at least 10 to 15 items every day just to really keep my eBay store kind of fresh and new. So I do think you guys could try that same method and let me know if that works for you in the comment section below. And if you guys got any other comments, any questions, definitely drop it in the comment section and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.